One of the hardest things to achieve in the markets is consistency. And that's one of the hardest things to achieve in work and everything else, motivation and a good diet and everything else. But I'm not here to speak about that. I'm here to speak about actually trading the markets. So consistency is one of the hardest things to achieve, but let me explain to you just how important it is. If you take just $300 and you do not target achieving the weekly profits that we strive to achieve in the PipsMatter community, if you just do it monthly, do you know that if you compound $300 with an 8% return for 8 years, do you know how much money you have? 1.8 million. That's right. If you compound consistently $300 with a profit of just 8%, you're gonna have over 1.8 million in 8 years. Now, before you hit any kind of target, you need to do the math. Now, let me explain to you how much exactly is $1 million. Now, earning $1 million a year looks like this. Per month, it's $83,333. Per week, it's $19,230. Per day, it's $2,739. Per hour, it's $114. Per minute, it's $1.90. Now, can you make $1.90 a minute? I'm pretty sure you can. Most people can. But for any goal to be achievable, you first must believe it is possible as a realistic and doable target and goal. The way to do this is to use simple math. What I just showed you, 8%. 8% a week. 8% a week. If you start with $300 and you have 8% a week profits, you're looking at an insane 1.8 million in just 22 months. Now that's possible. It's very doable. Wealth, winning, it requires simple and basic math. And any wealthy person will tell you this. You must do the math to create possibility. Then you can create a strategy. The strategy we already have, we use the PipsMatter classic trade setups, which I'm going to go over now in very brief summary, because I don't want to give you everything, then why would you need me? But anyway, I'm going to show you a classic PipsMatter setup. This is what we look for, this is what we do. And what we want here is to open 1, 2, 3, 4 trades a week and make that 8%. Okay, now let me show you this with drawing. The first thing that we're looking for is the basic contraction, okay? And we're gonna do this for a buying or selling. So price action starts moving downwards, 1, 2, and 3. So the first thing we're looking for is 1, 2, 3 lower lows. Now when we come to the third lower low, we should be already around the 30% from the swing up to the swing down. Okay, so price action started moving up, comes up here and starts moving lower from here to here, 30% or let's say 23%, somewhere there. This should be the support. We also have the 1, 2, 3 lower lows, and this is somewhere an indication that we go buy. Okay, now once this is done, we use basic price movements from here to down here, and we take the 50% level. This is our first take profit. This is what we're doing. We're measuring the top to the bottom. Our first take profit is the 50 level. The next take profit is 61. Then it's the 100. Then the 120. Depending on what we're doing, depending how we're doing it, we're targeting usually the 50%, because that's what I'm trying to explain here. That we're trying to use compounding. Because even if you start with $300 and you compound that $300 at a rate of 8% per week, just 8% per week, it works like this. Okay, so if we take the same $300, but we compound it at an 8% again, an 8% gross gain on a weekly basis, this is the numbers that you would be making. This is how much you would be making. So your overall balance after a week of trading, after 5 days of trading, by targeting just 8% gain, your $300 becomes $324. So $24 in the first week. Second week, you made $49. 5 weeks down the line, you just made $140. But you're keeping it steady. You have your outcome. Because if you do this for 2 years, I can scroll down quick and for you to see what's going to happen, but let's make it a bit more exciting. 20 weeks down the line, your actual balance is $1,369. You still can't withdraw money from your account because what's $1,000 bucks? You can't even pay your bills with it. I mean, you could, but it's more valuable staying in your account. better pick up a second job if you need money. This should be a security account. Now, 33 weeks down the line, you only have 3,798. Now, if we continue going down to week 45, now you have 9,566. Now, if I take you to week 60, you have 30,345. And if we go down the line for 2 years, or let's say even a year, which is 100, which is 50 something weeks, but they'll just go here. After 2 years of doing this, you would have $896,886. That's what your balance would be like. Now, can you be consistent? 8% minimum gain a week? Sure you can. There is a very simple method. I'm going to show you how it works. Let me explain what I mean. So we're taking the low to the high, and we get the 30% or 23.6 right there. We have the contraction. This is our entry. This is our entry. Even if you entered at 30%, your stop loss should be larger than this because you're targeting 50. You would have reached 50 relatively quickly. 61 was reached too. 100 wasn't reached because 100 is up here, but 50 was reached. Let me show you how this works now. So we're going to use the Fibonacci Expansion tool here, and this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to remove this one so you can see things clearly, and boom. So there it is. So if you were to enter your position here, okay, when price action came to the 30%, look at this. Your stop loss take profit, let's say 50%. You're looking at a 1-to-1 here. But if you set your stop loss around here, you significantly increase your odds of 2-to-1, 2.2-to-1, which is perfect. And this is a pretty normal stop loss. 28 pips, 30 pips is more than enough. You can, of course, increase it by targeting 61, but I'd advise targeting 50 in the beginning just so you can achieve your consistent compounded weekly profits. Target 50, keep targeting 50. Now I'm going to show you how this is done. What we don't want here, let me switch the camera over to my face. So the one thing that we don't want happening is you going too crazy and starting to, get wild for profits and start over trading, because I keep saying this, there are many reasons why people lose, and there's reasons I lose as well. So we need to find those reasons. Usually they're set in over trading, over exposure, things like this. Now what we don't want happening is making those basic mistakes. So that's why we just stick to the basic principles of how we trade. Now this here that you saw on the screen is just one of the few classic PipsMatter setups we use, because once price action finishes this and we collect our profits at the 50 or 61%, there are other patterns that are being created, contractions that we can use to add on to our trades, sell, buy, do different things. So there is a process. That's why I've created the coaching that I do at PipsMatter. And this coaching is, well, designed to teach you everything that I know. It's going to take some time. It's probably going to take about 90 days. But if you don't have the money for it, that's okay. There are a few things we can do. You can join the coaching, okay, on monthly payments instead of giving a lump sum payment. So a payment plan. Or what you can do is just join the community and you'll learn this anyway. That's pretty simple. Okay, let me put it to you this way. We're going to be ending this video. This is a really broad subject. This is a long subject that takes hours of communication for me to explain to you all of this. I'm just explaining right now the power of compounding, of how it can work for you. But let me tell you about trading. This is a very important thing that you guys need to understand. Trading is not a full-time job. You can't just quit your job and just go into this. You need to invest time into learning. You need to invest effort. You're going to have losses. It's going to take quite a bit of time to create a steady income from this. And the best way is to start building it correctly. You know that saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step? Well, that's how it is. We've got to take it one step at a time, one solid step. And this is the best way. By just targeting an 8% return on whatever balance you have right now, even $100. If you do that consistently for 2 years, that's going to turn into a significant income. Now, my onboarding process for the PipsMatter community will focus on this, and it does focus on this. So if you join me or you have joined me already, you're going to be going through this. But generally, compounding is the golden nugget when it comes to investing and trading. That's all I've got for you for now. This is going to be a short video. This is a short video. Much more will be, I will be speaking a lot more on this subject, and I'm going to be doing more about it, more importantly. But that's it. That's all I've got for you for now. Thanks for watching this. If you haven't joined my community yet, I'd love to see you in there. I'm giving you a money-back guarantee on the first month if you do not find value, if it does not provide you a decent ROI in terms of knowledge and money, then I'll just give you your money back and we'll walk our separate ways. Excuse me. But if it does make you an income, then you're welcome to stay and start building on this. My name is Dennis. Thanks for watching this video, and I wish you all the best. Bye now.